Real Gaming XP, making you a bigger, badder YouTuber.
It's the highest scoring this boy, coming at you RGX style. The game, FIFA Street. The game mode, futsal. I prefer it to the regular modes, 5-a-side, 6-a-side. Oh yeah, be sure to stop by my channel. I'ma upload a video about the online team mode. Tell you how I feel about it. Parental discretion is advised. Holla at your boy. Well, let's get into the topic, shall we? Let's have some fun. Nanotechnology. Manipulating matter at the atomic or molecular scale. Now just follow me. A nanometer is a billionth of a meter. You can't even see it. It's about 10 atoms across. So let's think about that. 10 atoms across. Do you know how small an atom is? Huh? I don't want to talk about it. Now let's discuss the benefits and different applications of it. Number one, shape-shifting. Remember that movie Terminator 2 when the guy ooze into that liquid metal, slide under the door, form back up into a human again, turn his hand into a sword and junk like that? Well, they can do stuff like that with it, man. Now you probably like, how could something turn into liquid and ooze its way across the room like in Terminator 2? It's because of atoms. Atoms can slide over atoms and rearrange themselves. But now, this is where it gets interesting. What happens if those atoms are replaced by chips? Chips that is smaller than the head of a pin. And you can change the electric charge in them. And when you do, they bind and reform in different ways. And they're intelligent because each little tiny dot is a computer chip, perhaps as powerful as a PC. And who's pushing the technology, you might ask? Why, the Intel Corporation, of course. The makers of the famous Pentium chip that runs your laptop. So back to the subject at hand. If I had a clump of this clay that was made of thousands of millions of this programmable matter, I could press a button and it changes into a statue. And I could press another button and it changes into a lifeboat. I press another button, it changes into a shelter or whatever you program it to be. Now the goal of nanotech, as I get into the next application of it, is to create these nano machines on the scale of living cells, like proteins or DNA or bacteria, and design them to do the same complex tasks as that DNA or bacteria, what have you. They could turn toxic waste into harmless matter, or travel through our blood vessels and mend cells from within. Imagine that. Now the first step is to hijack living cells on a molecular level and get them to do what you want, which is what this guy, Dr. Andreas Mershon, is doing over at MIT right now with plant proteins. You know, the amazing ability that plants have to capture sunlight and create chemical energy and store it. Well, now they can grab that protein called photosystem 1, which is responsible for generating that energy, and hijack its functions, apply it to the substance of their choosing, and use the energy to generate solar electrical power to run light bulbs or AC units or whatever machinery you need to run. So this is what Andreas Mershon does. He modifies the plant protein, then connects it to a bed of specially engineered nanowires that act as electrodes, and the final product is nano machines that deliver solar power in the form of a paint. Now you got solar panels on the other hand. They're big and heavy, and they're not ideal to be transported to a remote village in Africa or China or India. Now you can take this paint and paint it on any metallic surface and have yourself some electricity. That's awesome. You see, hijacking nature to make nanomachines offers an awesome new power with endless potential. And one of my favorite applications of it is using it to cure diseases in people. Now, what they've done is they've constructed this bacteria and attached nano robots to them, and they can be manipulated and moved where you want them, and they're driven by a magnetic field. And this isn't just talk, man, it's in the works. They've already used the magnetic field of an MRI to drive a tiny device along a living artery. The plan is to then shrink this device, place the bacteria inside of it, and use the rotating tails of that bacteria to drive that device through the bloodstream. It can deliver drugs to specific targets, which is amazing. I mean, you could specifically target the cancer tumor or the AIDS virus or what have you. I think these breakthroughs are truly amazing. Just think in the future, we could have swarms of invisible robots permanently patrolling our blood system, repairing tissue, and keeping us healthy. If you agree that the breakthroughs of nanotechnology are amazing and they should continue to study them, leave a comment. If you disagree, leave a comment with that too. It's your boy. All my HSBs and HSGs, y'all know where I bees. Find me in the Bat Cave. Hey, Rgxidol, RGX, the whole community. Sub them, love them, never leave them. Oh yeah, and please support RGX Sports. They need that. And go holler at that boy, Gamer74360, just cuz. Just cuz that's the type of dude you just want to go holler at, I'm telling you. Now at this time, I want to thank you for your time. If you're still with me, I love you for that. But it's time I make my outro. High score boy, 30,000, 40,000 feet.